Hey, we here, man. First ever YouTube live that we done had, 94 feet of life. Basketball for the people, by the people. As y'all see, y'all got my guy MJ golfing.
Man,
Y'all
don't
see we
stress me
got
out,
J
G.
Ham. And we got our guy Word in the building. In the building. We waiting on Big Shot. I'm sure he coming. He just got to get somewhere situated probably. But I'm sure he'll be on in just a little bit. But hey, 94 feet of life, man. Brought to you by Ball U Academy. Y'all see the topic that's going on right now. 94 feet of life. New Year's Eve wrap up. New Year's Eve wrap up. We trying to wrap up everything that we done seen from the year 2018. 2018, as far as a family wise, it sucked. Big time losses from each and last one of us. But within those losses, all of them wanted us to keep on pushing like we pushing right now. I'm gonna pass this thing on to Hal, man. He gonna talk about his ordeal on 2018. Let us know how he feel, and I'm gonna pass, and he gonna pass it on from there. My guy
Well,
Ham, talk to the people, man.
well, 18 was crazy in that sense, man. That for me, I lost best friend, bas- A1 basketball mentor, cat that taught me the game just from the ground up. And just that whole process coming from really the start, around about this point last year, just all the way to the end, which was right just after the 4th of July, July 8th to be exact. It was just a lot of, even still in between that time, a lot of good hoop knowledge was passed through. And that just gave me a whole lot to like, cool stuff to reflect on and shit like that. So I look at it like that. It's kind of like free agency was July 1st, right? And I'm up 3:30, 4 in the morning, up with Pop, making sure he good, you know what I'm saying, get him his meds, whatever, he wants something to drink. We turned NBA TV on. He's sitting there looking at it, and it was like the day after free agency. They talking about LeBron with the Lakers and shit. He looked, he stopped. Damn, LeBron went to LA. And the look he had on his face was like, well, ain't that about a bitch, you know what I'm saying? But he was still even in tune. This is like probably a good week before he actually passed away. But just in that sense, a lot of stuff that he called just through like in the hoop world, he called that shit throughout the year, even through like the course of shit. We knew Villanova was gonna win the national title like in January. Like, yeah, they the best that that's there. But the fight, and I was telling Trav about this a couple times, it was funny as hell because my cousin was also there with us, and he done came with this whole ordeal of the Cavs beating the Warriors in 5. And so Pop looking at him, Pop been diagnosed with cancer and everything at this point. He come home, he's sitting on the couch, he got his walker sitting in front of him. Hey, you mean Cavs in 5, man? Nephew, what the hell wrong with you, nephew? Pop just snapping on the kid. He on his ass, but Cousin actually created what I would say at least a worthy basketball scenario to how they could beat the Cavs. Now, like the 5 shit, I'm not bad because we coming home from the doctor a couple days, the night after game too. Coming home from like radiation treatment or whatever. Got him stopped, got him something to eat real quick or whatnot. We coming up the street. He said, hey, man, what the hell wrong with your cousin, man? The Cavs he's still teeing off on the man. So just that little stuff like that, man. I'm just, that carried that helped ease things, I'll say. You know what I'm saying? In the latter part, as well as you cats, man, talking the game, just, I got brothers. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no biological brothers like that, man, but I got brothers in hoop. I got brothers just, everywhere else, man. So tough transition, but what I'm saying, I'm still here, still rocking. Go get back in the lab a little bit more heavy over at 19. I got to get back on my historian shit. You know what I'm saying? Let cats know, man, we done seen this shit before. What the shit that we ain't seen before? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna shoot that rock over to the other left-handed cat with the golf club in his hand. He over there putting like the price is right for a new car and shit.
Hey, listen. Listen, y'all. 2018, it almost killed me. 2019 ain't gonna kill me, man. Y'all not gonna get my blood pressure up. Nope. Nope. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Through every storm that you go through, you got to find a light into it because certain people get challenged because of the strength that they have. But the ones that's around, you should celebrate it. You should enjoy life because that means if you're still here, that means you here for a purpose and for a reason. So this, you know what I'm saying, is a symbol. It's a metaphor to like, you know, sometimes you just got to stop and take a swing, you know? Sometimes you just got to chill. Sometimes you got to just look at what you have done and be like, you know what, it could be worse, but we did our thing. And, you know, this represents 94 feet. 94 feet, with through all the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, has happened, we still here. We've been here for, what, 5 years? Talking hoops. We've built this brand based on facts. We built this brand based on looking at game film and breaking down what we see, whether people agree with it or not. We did not take the bait and sell out into narratives. Whatever we said, we meant it, whether it was right or wrong. And when you do that, you know what I mean, you're going to have some people that's going to agree with you, that's going to love you. You're going to also have some people that's going to try to mock you and be like you. And you're going to have some people that's going to hate you. But through it all, man, they ain't taking my joy, G. I'm over here putting. Just like this NBA ain't gonna take my joy either, man. In fact, this has actually been a hell of a season. This has been a hell of a season, man. Let's get to talking about that. You know what I mean? We're moving forward. We've made it. You know, some of us crawled to that finish line, but you crossed the finish line. So because of that, we're gonna celebrate, man, like it's 2018.
That is.
So
it's on you,
man.
man.
Back to track because we lost Les for a second. Worldwide Les had to leave us for 1 second, but we're gonna get him back at some point. But Trav, man, talk to the people, man.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna take a putt.
2018, the start of the NBA through the first, I want to say 35, 37 games. Am I correct there, fellas? About 35 games.
Yeah.
The NBA, as far as both conferences, have been really tight. They've been really tight. I mean, from 1 through 8 seed on both sides, the separation of like no more than 5 games at the most that I know of. Five to 6 games. The East is just as tighter. Everybody wanted to throw the thing as far as, well, the East is getting a little better because it's tighter and all that stuff. Hey, I understand that. But the West is still the West, and the West is still tight as well.
Absolutely.
One of my teams that I've been looking at in the West, and they actually been balling, I mean, Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Unbelievable ball play. I'm talking about they got bench players that we never seen. They're coming in contributing just like that.
They even cut Swaggy.
Cut him, and they're better. They cut Nick Young, and they're better.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Denver is one of the surprising teams, and I said this at the beginning of the year when we did our beginning of the year live. We done it. I've been saying it's just something about Nikola Jokic. The guy is a ball player. We talked about it on Anchor with the dribble handoffs. Yeah. He's one of the most dangerous at doing it. He got snipers that can put it on the ground and can get to the rack and they can kick it to him also. And he a sniper himself. It's just basketball is good, but here's the thing, people. Still keep your patience about yourself. Quit trying to make NBA major moves, dumping your whole team away. We're just 30-some games into this. When you get to 60 and 70 and this happening, that's when you start pushing the red alert button. But right now, still keep your patience about this, man. The East and the West is equal. They're equal right now. Record wise, as far as the standing goes, they still running, man. I mean, you still got Toronto. They're dominant. Boston making their run. Milwaukee still dominant out there. There are teams in the East that's still doing it, but the West is still doing the same thing. The West is still they ain't dropped off yet from what I done seen. So tell us, Hal, tell us about how you feel about this whole 35 to 37 games within the season, man. Talk to us about that.
You know,
hey, go buy the damn cookies first.
Exactly.
Don't tell them nothing until they buy a cookie, Ham. Don't tell them nothing until they buy them cookies.
Hey, we gonna definitely plug that one in just a few minutes because I got some other stuff tied in with that I got to even represent with that coming with that as well. As far as this NBA shit though, MJ set the shit off first. Now this shit ain't finna ruin my joy either. Look, if y'all ain't noticed, I done kind of took a step back, just a couple steps back from the group and shit, just on certain shit. Especially through nighttime analysis, because I'm actually getting the chance to really sit down and really watch a lot of hoops. You know what I'm saying? Unlike at this point last year and whatever the case may be. But it's just a whole lot of note taking, but it's like I've been doing this NBA shit for so long, just like y'all have. You don't panic through this certain point, you know, with certain contenders or whatnot. This is why I didn't even pick a champion. You know, in the preseason shit blogs, and I didn't even pick a champion. I told folks, look, the only thing I'm looking for is the combined win total for regular season and playoff for the Golden State Warriors. I want to see how this shit wraps up within a 5-year window. As far as the other shit, not just the East looking better, but the younger squads in the West. Just give them a little time. You got your Denver, you got Dallas. Portland can still score on any fucking body. Sacramento, they didn't get off the ban from TV list, so they playing good ball. You know what I'm saying? We'll check Sacramento out. And over in the East, you kind of got a different form in the transition because now you got Kawhi over in the East and he got Toronto at the top. You still got Boston who can put shit together and they still dangerous as fuck. You still got Philly who done added a piece with Jimmy B. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. John Wall, we lost John Wall for the rest of the year. Fucked up. He was having a rough campaign and ended on that note, you know what I'm saying, for him. Yeah. You know, hopefully he'll be back. A couple of questions. Only I really got as far as the West go. The only somebody I think can really beat Golden State is Oklahoma City, but the only reason why I don't want to bet on Oklahoma City is because of zero.
Hey, man, before you even go there, we finna slide them in because you just said the number one word.
Oh, boy.
And if you want to talk about number zero besides me, this is the guy that we need to talk about number zero right here. My guy right here. Worldwide.
So y'all just want smoke off bat. Y'all just want to just give up smoke early in the show, huh? Y'all ain't gonna let the people get out the house before y'all bring the smoke. Let the women and the children out.
The smoke is here.
Indeed.
The smoke is here.
You gonna kill the children too? You just like Thanos.
I'm strapped in. I'm strapped in.
He's strapped in.
Oh,
madness.
Hey, you see the barrel? You see? Look,
oh man,
I'm glad you mentioned that. So before I'm gonna talk about my year 18 and hoop. Now, I'm about to tell you that zero could be the most deadly player in the NBA, but the only person that gets in his way is guess who?
Zero.
Zero gets in zero's way. And then after that, it turns into, oh, well, he don't have no help. And he got Paul George. He got Dennis Schroeder. He got Aquaman. Steven Adams is a perennial all-star in my eyes. People might think they're going to look at this like, yo, he's bugging. Take that hood off. Open your brains up. No, Steven Adams is a serviceable big man in the NBA and how this NBA is played. Period. I don't care what nobody say. If he just allows himself to actually be a point guard, I'm sick of the definition of point guard is over. We have to stop. He's a point guard. He's a point guard. Just because you can dribble and pass a ball or you get a few assists, it does not make you a point guard. How are you leading the team from the cerebral point? How are you up here with it? Now, and to be perfectly honest with you, I don't like Chris Paul. I've never been a fan of Chris Paul. He's a phenomenal point guard, though. Phenomenal.
Woo!
He's phenomenal. At running his team, at defending, at getting guys in position, and actually leading that team. Now, he's not the most light guy, whatever. Like I said before, he's not, but he's a phenomenal point guard when we talk about the word point guard. You know what I'm saying? So like Westbrook, I'm not fully sold on him being a point guard. I seen him in like I remember a personal scouting report on him when I was in college, and he played off the ball. I don't know when his point guard stuff came into play when he got drafted. That was it. Now, he's a point guard. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's never had. He's a good guard. He's athletic. He adds a dynamic to the game that not a lot of people have. But quit calling that man a point guard. And the statement he made about being the best at his position and doing this, that, and the third. I'm not sold, bro. I'm not. You're not the best defender at your position. The best defender at your position is the guy that gives you the most fits, residing from the west side of Chicago, Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly is the best defensive point guard in my eyes. And it's not like because he holds people, it's because he irritates and he makes it difficult for guys to do what they normally do at that position. You know, you're the best rebounder. You're the most athletic point guard or guard. So, yeah, you should be getting rebounds. Like, why not? Help your team. Help your team rebound. And what he says is the best passer. Assist does not equate to passing. I'm sorry about that.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Assist does not equate to being a great passer. Ricky Rubio is arguably the best passing point guard in the NBA. And you could probably name about 2 to 3 other guys, but I'm going to go Rubio. So when we start talking about Zero and him being a point guard, I'm not sold on that. I'm sorry. And I know a lot of people going to be like, man, Les tripping, or who is this dude? Take that hood off, whatever. I don't care. Russell Westbrook is not a point guard.
Hey, man. Talk to him, man.
And in the year of 2018, the best point guard in the state of Oklahoma was Trae Young. I said it once and I say it again.
I was telling people that I've been told the best point guard that I seen in Oklahoma last year was Trae Young. That was my thing, man. I preached on that myself. People were like, man, you crazy, man. He doing this. No, quit looking at it like that. Dude is the best point guard in the damn state of Oklahoma. Period.
Facts.
Let me pass this thing on to my guy MJ. He gonna tell us about what it be like.
And don't worry about what's in this cup. Don't worry about what's in this cup.
We'll need to Hey, let me first before I start talking hoops, man. Let me first let you just give a live as to what's really going on in my life right now. We actually are set up for a New Year's Eve party on the fly. My fiance is doing all the work. I ain't gonna put up a blast right now, but I kind of did. But, so y'all saw me moving back and forth, taking groceries. Yo, hey, I'm almost a married man. This is what married people do, man. You see, I got the golf clubs. I'm carrying groceries. This is my life now. So I need for y'all to see what my life is for real.
What's your life like?
This is what my life like. Hey, I love that too.
What's your life like?
You know, got the Roblox Fortnite popping off. You know, we out here, man. We ready for 2019. But getting back to the lecture at hand, man. Just with just how the game is being played, what I'm starting to learn more is it was an old adage, and I never thought that I would see it to the point where it will get to the NBA level. But it makes sense that it gets to the NBA level because the teams are younger now. And that old adage is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. I'm going to actually add hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard and together. So we're looking at these teams that you're actually looking at like a team like an Indiana Pacers, and you're looking at them on paper like how the hell they third in the East. You also look at the Clippers. They're fourth in a loaded West. How are they doing it? Well, they're doing it because they are using some of their parts. These dudes are still professionals. So, you know, you think of a Tobias Harris. That name ain't jumping out the, you know what I'm saying, the roof. But the boy is playing basketball. You think about Danielo Gallinari, who always been a bucket. He was on the low. He was Luka Doncic before Luka Doncic. He just couldn't stay healthy. A lot of people don't know that. So you start to see that part come out. But, you know, you got a backcourt that goes 4 deep. And let's talk about the starters first. Gilgeous Alexander, who actually blossomed way quicker than I thought he was. Avery Bradley is starting. Then you got Lou Williams coming off the bench with Patrick Beverly. It's like you don't get a break at that position. And I already just named you 2 guys that's on the wing that can stretch you out, that can play that game. And Montrezl Harrell has been the second coming of Ben Wallace. So you add all of those together, you get a 4th seed, and they working hard. How long can they keep this up? I don't know, but Doc is coaching the hell out that team. And then we look at Indiana. You know, the question is going to be: is Victor Oladipo ready to be a superstar? Can he take that step? Because now y'all doing great. Y'all got 12 deep. Y'all go 12 deep, literally at every position. Y'all go 12 deep. But once the playoffs come, them games slow down. That depth that you're expecting to produce, ask Toronto how the depth look in the playoffs versus the regular season. It's a little bit different. So now we're going to see if Oladipo or even Sabonis and Miles Turner, because they have had a great showing as of late as well. We're going to see, can these dudes make the leap from star to superstar? Because that's the difference between the star and the superstar. Superstar ain't going to necessarily say they carry that team, but they show up once playoff time comes. Once April comes, that's when they start playing. So those are going to be the ones. And then you even look at teams like Milwaukee. On paper, Milwaukee ain't really that special, but they working together. And you got, you know, Giannis playing to his strengths. He like, I'm not a 3-point shooter. I'll take one just to keep you honest, maybe. But I'm getting to that rack, and I'm going to be like a small center. Since everybody want to make up positions, I heard stretch 2 before. Since y'all want to make up positions, I'm going to make up positions. He is small center. Not a forward, he is small center. Since y'all want to make up positions. But he gets to that rack, he gets to that basket, you have to double team him or it's a bucket, period. If it ain't a bucket, he going to get his own rebound and tip it in, because the dude longer than the dude off Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic, he about that long.
He just a dog, man. He a dog down there, man. Facts. Regardless, and he's gonna get to his spot. He's been working too hard to not get to his spot, and that's what it is, man. He working hard and everything. And like you said, man, Milwaukee is playing together, and that's what winning is all about. 2018. If you ain't together, working together, man, you ain't going to win. Right now, we winning. We're going to continue to win. This is going to expand. This 94 Feet of Life YouTube Live, it's fixing to expand. So get ready for it. That's why all my subscribers, come on. Right now, we need all of y'all. We coming. We coming.
Somebody told them. Let me see. I got you, Trav. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
See what the people talking about.
So, hey, man, college is going crazy.
Uh-oh.
Coaches getting fired.
I'm on the land. We have
our own chat. We have our own chat. And one person been calling us out for about 6 months. 6 months. And the thing about it is, when it's being called out, it's not a magnifying glass on it, but you pay a special attention to it. The loss is starting to build up, the team morale goes down, and UCLA, they've been on a hot seat with Steve Alfred for the longest. They've been on here for the longest, man. Before we get to the main source of it, we gonna see what my guy Ham got to say about it, because when I seen it this morning, I was like, oh snap. I was like, oh snap, it didn't happen. We've been calling this man seat for the longest, and it was there, man. Ham, talk to him, man.
The reason
How
why
did you feel about that?
the funniest thing about all of this just now is that as soon as you mention college and coaches get fired, let's pop right back up.
Hey, can I say something? Can I say something before you go?
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Let
ahead.
me say something.
Hey, do I need my extinguisher?
No, it's not that.
Okay.
I will say this. I will say this. Being a college coach now, and like seeing things and how it operates, you hate to see a guy lose his job
Facts.
because his family's involved, and then he's
Right.
the head coach at UCLA. So the money there is crazy. So he'll be fine. I just, as the human element in me is like, man, now those families, those assistant coaches, those staffers, like, what are they gonna do come March, April? How many families got to pick up and move? How many guys have to go out and look for a job? How many kids will have to transfer schools and friends they've made? So like when guys lose their jobs, and it's opportunities for everybody, like it's opportunities for everybody. But when those people that lose the jobs and families, um, it it, it's a big thing. So like the human side of me is like, what about Tyus Edmonds? You know, yeah, sure, he played in the NBA, all this professional, but he's doing a great job there. But they didn't win enough games. They didn't do some certain things, and so now he's has to pick up, and he has to potentially have to move. And his family and the other assistant coaches. So for me, I look at that, and on the flip side of it, being a coach, being somebody that's trying to move up, it's like, you know, when opportunities arise, you have to be prepared for it. You know, and so like it guy preparing himself to be the head coach of UCLA. It's a guy, it's a guy right now preparing to take whoever spot wherever that guy is to take his, so it's all about, the opportunities, and at the same time, I hate to see that happen, especially for the assistant coaches, because usually the head coaches, they make off with whatever the buyout money is. I think Steve Offer's going to walk away with about $4.5 million. So
Mm-hmm.
I think, from that aspect, like he's fine. His family is good. Now it's his livelihood. This is what he's done for 20, 30 years. So that as a man, if you can't do what you love, you can't work how you want to, your confidence takes a hit. And on that aspect, it is. But on the financial and far as moving and all that, like those assistant coaches, my heart goes out to them. I think Steve Alford to be fine. I think he has about 4.5 million reasons why he'll be fine. Um, so, but on that aspect, but and I mean, I'm gonna put that out there that like when these guys do lose their jobs, think about those assistant coaches, because you ain't assistant coach, you get a 1 year deal. Now some got to work where they can get two, but most assistant coaches work from year to year, and so sometimes like when that head coach lose their job, that assistant coach those assistant coaches, they gotta move around. And so I just think about them and their families, especially this time of year, New Year, holidays, all that. Now for the next 4 months, you are concerned about where you're gonna be living, you know.
Yeah.
So, but on that aspect, it was time for a change at UCLA. It was time. He did the best he could do there, but it was time. I have my thoughts about who may be there. Being not only being involved in the game at the level I'm at, but also a fan of the game. But I'm gonna let him. I just want to put that out there before we went any further.
Like I was saying though, it became funny because as soon as Trav mentioned coaches getting fired, it's like it was right on cue for Les. Just boop. It's like, yeah. But all in all, I agree with everything that Les just hit on as well, because you do have that reality side, with the assistant coaches, families, things of that nature that have to be uprooted, say moved around, whatever the case may be. It happens. It's part of the nature of the business, but it's that rough part, what I'm saying, in that aspect. But in that same token, even this year right here in our city, in Memphis, we saw a potential Hall of Fame head coach pretty much get ousted after 2 years, moved out the way so they can bring an icon in. And if you live here, understand how this shit really rolls here, it had to happen. There was no other coaching candidate in America that the city of Memphis was going to settle on, not name Anthony Hardaway. That's just real shit. You know what I'm saying? As crazy as it was, to do what they had to do to make it happen, they had to break Tubby off, of course, and then of course Tubby just want to coach. I think if you gave Tubby the right amount to coach in high school, he'll coach right there at that ballpark.
He don't care.
You know what I'm saying? But in that same token, Memphis wants to get this. They want to get back at their status, and if this thing hits the right way, it could change the entire landscape. It could be a part of changing the entire landscape of college basketball, which desperately needs change in a lot of ways. We got cats going to jail, getting indicted for fucking shoe deals and shit, bag money. It's come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like it, and of course, every March they drawing billions of fucking dollars in from 3 or 4 networks to show the fucking tournament. That's just from television. This ain't got nothing to do with what they drawing at the gate and the merchandising and everything else that come with it. That's just from TV. That's just from linking with Turner. So as the game grows like that, you got to flex those rules and shit a little bit. Make sure everything can't be fucking illegal. Yeah, I'm profane as hell about it because it's just real. You know what I'm saying? Everything cannot be illegal. Especially when y'all, it becomes slavery. Football is worse, even worse, because they got to play these bullshit consolation games. And I'm sitting there watching the Liberty Bowl, which is surprisingly I'm not at, because normally I get to get a couple tickets to roll in that joint. But neither here or there, man. It's just the business side of it is dictating a whole lot of shit, is resulting in these coaching changes as well. And the horn gonna come soon for the rest of the cats that's been in schools for 30 and 40 years. Your Coach K, Jim Boeheim on his way out any fucking way. Cal gonna be eventually gone. Roy gonna be out the way. It's gonna need that. And the cat that we've been talking about in our box is that next cat to be that cat is Jay Wright. If he stays at that level. So MJ, what you got, man?
Man, we talking about college, man. I'm gonna talk about college, but I'm gonna steer it a different way because Mark Cuban said something about college basketball players that I kind of want to address. This is kind of on the subject, but not. Right message, probably the wrong messenger. You know what I mean? Y'all got to figure out at the highest points of the game what y'all want from the game. What do y'all really want? I mean, obviously, the ones that have been great at this game have had gifts that we all know God just blessed them with. Certain things that you do on the court, some things just can't be coached. Like you can't coach 7 feet. You can't. You can't coach a 45-inch vertical. I can max you out to a 30-inch vertical if you can't jump at all, but I can't just say, I jump 45 inches or grow 5 more inches so you can play your position. I can't do that as a coach. But what bothers me is, we're seeing, the guys that you're idolizing, or at least Mark Cuban, the guys that he's idolizing are like anomalies. Like you can't compare Dirk and Luka to America. They're special. You can't compare that and blame that on how they're being taught a skill. I can guarantee we go to Slovenia right now, see 300 kids training, know how to do that exact same step back, and it's not going to get any separation in America. Luka made it here because he's different.
Yes, he is. That he
That's
is.
like,
Different.
that's like me saying. That's like me saying
Different.
overseas can't play over here because they can't do a windmill like Jordan. That don't even make sense. Well, they can't dunk between their legs, so they ain't good. That don't make sense. It don't. Because there's a lot of people here that can't dunk between their legs.
Right.
So when you get a 6'8" dude who can blow by guys smaller than him and can post up guys bigger than him and can create separation at any given moment he wants because he has the skill set to do it, he is special. That's it. That don't have anything to do with how the teachers are going. I mean, guys like, Les Stewart, guys like myself, it's a slap in our face for you to say that skill is not being taught or developed. Y'all just don't want it. Give me a 7-foot African that could cover the court in 3 seconds and watch what I do with him. I guarantee it's gonna be better than what Rico Hines can do. No,
boy, hey, I'm glad you said that name.
not really.
I'm glad you said that name. And you the right person to talk about that. Because me and you had a talk not too long ago, MJ, and I almost went up there, came up to where you was at, and we had talked something about it.
Yeah,
because we got to talk about as far as training, but going back to Mark Cuban is somewhat like that minister that sends the right message, but it doesn't need to come from that person. You know what I mean? Like you hear a good word, but you're like, man, we just seen you in the casino not too long ago. What the hell you doing telling us how to be good? Yet at the same time, you doing bad yourself.
Or
right?
Even,
just the wrong delivery from the wrong person.
Or even if a police dude say black people need to stop breaking the law. Yeah, black people need to stop breaking the law. I really need for you not to talk about that though right now because you're not in a position to tell me anything with all the things that have happened in the last couple of years.
Right. So I mean, that's what that is. And another thing, as far as our training, as far as overseas compared to American training, we as Americans do need to, and this falls on parenting also. We need to get our kids to the train of thought to that when you make it big, act like you know. Act like you know, because these guys from overseas, they're already being trained mentally not to mess up a good thing when you make it. I mean, I asked a question not too long ago as far as how many international kids have gotten in trouble since they've been in the NBA. None that I know of. But as soon as we get in the NBA, we do something crazy. We splurge our money on the wrong things. We end up on TMZ doing dumb shit. We doing all that. So I mean, we gotta be professional in how we handle that. And coming from our Ball U Academy master trainer, as my guy Big Shot would say,
not really.
talk to us, man. Let the people know about Ball U. Yeah, they need to know. Now you got them face to face. Talk to them and let them know what's good, man.
I mean, it's just a really simple clause, man. I mean, it's just a guy like myself who loves this game more than almost anything. It's like I breathe this game. I always love this game. And for individuals who love this game as much as I do, if not more, that are younger than me or guys who have little kids who have, you know what I'm saying, the dream to be able to make it pro, I actually have the blueprint for it. This is not a lie. This is nothing fabricated. Thanks to individuals that I'm working with, we have the blueprint to be able to get you a check in this game. But it's not going to be handed to you. I mean, I can literally tell you, like, the blueprint on how to make it right now. Work hard, get your grades, learn how to be a good Samaritan, and grind until you get to the point where you get your opportunity and don't take it for granted. I mean, a lot of people think they're working hard. That's why it makes it sound like it's simple, but it's not, because what you call hard work really ain't hard work a lot of times. And that's the real difference. The real difference of it is it's only so much one man is going to push himself to do. You know, you get in the gym, you could be in the gym for 5 hours and shoot 500 shots at a quarter speed and make most of them. Or you could be in an hour with us, shoot those same 500 within an hour at game speed at spots you're actually going to get the ball at in the game. You see the difference? When you can't take a breath, when you can't just casually walk to a spot or casually go get the rebound, now you're going at a motion in which you're training your body to do things at game speed. Just small stuff like that. And, you know, it's unfortunate because, you know, the training game has turned more along the lines into a competition as well. So everybody's trying to have the most sophisticated training or the best videos to look at. When really, you know, this is a simple game. We're not trying to make anything complicated. You're going to master the simple elements of the game and show passion behind it. You do those things, somebody's going to look at you.
Right.
I'm going to tag in Les because it looks like he got a lot to say right now.
Yeah. And I just wanted to say now, if you are a high major player, and if any of you know high major players out there, they don't happen to get the grades. These three guys know how to get in contact with me. Just throwing a little plug out there. But I just, and like I said, when I was coming up, and like when I just got out of college and I was coaching and I was training, I was doing all these things, and it was one thing that always stood out to me, and one thing that I always keep with me is the fact of know who you are. Know who you are as a coach. Know who you are as a trainer. Know who you are as a player, as a parent. And once you come to grips of who you are, then your game, and as far as coaching, whatever you're doing, it can elevate once you decide who you are. And I think that's what happens. And I commend Myron just because I've seen him when we've talked and we've sat down face to face and talked, phone, everything, and he know who he is. And he know what kind of kids he gets, and that's why the success is steadily coming. Like it didn't happen overnight. Like
no.
he knew what he wanted. He had he has a vision. So started with the vision, and so like when I see guys that are training, and I see other coaches and stuff, and the most successful coaches, and I'm not talking wins and losses, but I'm talking about the successful coaches. They know who they are. And I think a lot of times because now it's the Twitter generation and the social media, and we want to get the likes, we want to get the mixtapes and stuff like that. It's just because I think it's players out there that don't know who they are, because this is the thing about it. People will say, all JJ Redick can do is shoot. Okay, he know who he is. Right? He know who he is. He's making a ton of money. He made a ton of shoot. He know he was. He didn't try to go in the NBA and try to dunk on people, try to become this big defensive stopper. He learned how to play enough defense where he could keep getting a check, because he knew if you give him 10 threes, he's going to make 4 of them, at least. If you give him 10 threes, he's making 4 of them. So he know who he is. That's just an example. But a lot of young basketball players and a lot of people in this game, they don't know who they are, so they always reaching and searching. And so, like, a lot of things we say in you know, I think it was Ham that said it, like, we didn't buy into the narratives. Or no, it was Trav when we opened up the live. We didn't buy into, like, a lot of people are buying into things that's not even really for them, and they trying to be in a lane and try to get in something that's not for them. Like, everything ain't for everybody. But as long as you know who you are as in this game, you will be successful. Now, how you determine success is how you determine is what you measure it to be. But I feel that if these young ball players, if they realize who they are and work on that, all this other stuff will come. You know, like I before we started the cast, you know, before we started talking, I was talking about a ball player that we got, and last year he was a freshman, you know, a recruited kid. He played 11 minutes a game. Coach, all coach asked him to do was run and rebound. He probably averaged 3 points and 5 rebounds a game and a block. And he only played 11 minutes a game. Right now, he is one of our top scorers, one of our top rebounders, leads us in block shots. He had an amazing game on Saturday against a great team. But he never veered away from who he was. He kept who he was, his rebounding, his athleticism, which is God given. He kept all that. And all he did was, okay, I'm working on a high rip all summer. So they're gonna play off me. So they're gonna give me enough space because I'm long. I can get one dribble, high rip, boom, dribble, I'm to the basket. Because he's finishing over people. But he stayed true to who he was, and that's why he's having success. And it's very, and I would love to see young ball players just be who they are. Just be who you are. Don't try to. If you're not a 3-point shooter, that's not your thing. Don't force yourself to do that. You know, be that guy. Be that glue guy. Because I can tell you this right now, it's a lot of guys in the NBA right now that's making 6-7 figures just because they go out there and give them one or two things. And a prime example is Alfonso McKinney. That kid was under recruited, everything coming out of high school as a senior. But he is like a glue guy, and he's about to put himself in a situation where he's gonna be able to make millions and take care of him and himself and his family for years. Just because, okay, you athletic enough, you're gonna defend. If you can make a three, make a three. I just think like a lot of guys just try to do too much, and it kind of oversaturates the game from my perspective, just because of what I see on a day to day. I just think a lot of it is if you do what you do. Don't try to step outside and do things that you're not comfortable with. So that's just my 2 cents on the whole like development and with coaches and stuff, because it starts with the adults of the game. It starts with the adults of the game, the parents, the trainers, the coaches. It starts with us to teach the players that, look, be who you are, and that's okay.
Also, defense never go out of style. You want to get some playing time, play some defense.
Oh yeah.
See, the thing I like about this with these two fellas, man, is that that they teaching not just the skill part of the game, but they're giving them the knowledge. They're giving them the real game. You know what I'm saying? That comes within it. And that's what both Les and MJ. You know what I'm saying? I remember just even the original construction of Bayou Academy, just the mental aspect that he was putting the focus on, just in everything that he was going to bring out. Not just how to do it, but when and why. And for it to become second nature. You know what I'm saying? Just through repetition and building that habit. And see, when you go back to what Mark was saying, I kind of look at what Mark was saying on the highlight of like, be mature and disciplined. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to really hit on more so, I thought, than anything. Definitely feel y'all what y'all saying on the skill part. Like, no, because you got cats that's teaching it, but you also got a lot of cats that don't know how to teach it. You know what I'm saying? It's so many that don't really, because they got their own selfish ulterior motive to go along with it.
Mm-hmm. Or they're giving busy work. I call it busy work.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
jump over this table, then shoot a left-hand layup, reverse.
Because it looked good, and it go back to something that I saw John Lucas said in a tweet a couple seasons back. Once they get to that point to where they can capitalize and make money off of your kid, it starts becoming cute in the game that way. Now they're gonna put their brand on you. And that's how the whole thing is being like puppet string through shoe brand. You know what I'm saying? Through everything else. And everybody want the best of, and you get to the high school level. Who on this circuit? Who on the Under Armour circuit? Who on the Nike circuit? Going to the Peace Jam? Who doing, this, that, and the other? And that's what it's become about in that way. And so this is the motive that's driving a lot of the trainers, the parents, everything else that's coming in, and it's making everything cluttered in that way.
Hey, I'm gonna take a swing on that note.
Somebody say he gonna take a swing on this note. Man, get on somewhere. Tell this man think he Phil Mickelson, man.
But that's the ugly nature of it, though, man. Because it's like, this is what guys like Les, this is what Bayou Academy, this is what they combat against, in the same like common goal of what one's idea of is of making the game better, but Difference is that my guys are really doing it from like the organic standpoint. You can't.
What do they call? What is that they call their test? That NFL quarterbacks take. What's
The
that?
Wonderlic.
Wonderlic, yeah.
Wonderlic.
Wonderlic. Yeah.
I went when I was in Chicago. That was the early part of this year. Am I right there, MJ?
Yes, sir.
Early part of this year.
Mm-hmm.
We was talking about the Ball U Academy stuff, and we was going over some stuff. And MJ had a Wonderlic test just to see where you was at. That's why I knew like I'm dead serious. It was about 2 pages, 40 about 35 to 40 questions. Am I correct on that?
Can I just call it what it is? I call it the BAIT test. It's an acronym for
yes.
I forgot what it means. Basketball aptitude identity test.
Right.
So I'm asking them questions based on where they feel comfortable at, and that's going to tell me what their mentality is on the floor and what they're going to be able to play, and we're identifying who you are in your heart, because you can't hide who you are in your heart. You can't hide it. If you ain't a dog, you ain't a dog. But that's okay. You could be a businessman too on that court.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can treat it like a business and still make a nice check. Wake up every day. I'm gonna block these shots. I'm gonna get these rebounds, or I'm gonna make these jumpers when I get them, and I'm still getting that bag.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that too, because that's also what I was about to hit on as well. It's like, just definitely within our circle of cats, it's like we don't even like go in the direction of like just straight scoring and throwing the kid away. No, we find the positives of what they can accentuate within their talents on the court. You give them something to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just that they you, unless y'all both old school professional wrestling fans in that way, this is what great bookers do. This is what great people that puts things together, this is how they orchestrate it. They have something for everybody to do. And this is how it kind of falls in the roles. But then even while you have players in roles, don't stop teaching that player and encouraging that player to enhance skill.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, in the art of war, the only weapon, and the art of war, the only weapon that is useless is the one that you don't use at all.
That is. It's like I like seeing Steven Adams shoot jumpers now. Where 2, 3, 4 years ago, like what are you doing? You know, but now it's like, okay, keep developing.
That when it Steven Adams shooting jumpers 3, 4 years ago. No, we ain't gonna do that.
But he put the work in.
Right.
Work in, exactly. So it's like,
it's not like he turned into Rasheed Wallace. He ain't turned into Deadlift Shrimp.
And the echo what Les was just saying, in my eyes, he's an all-star caliber player. You know, that's just how I view him. He's that impactful for what they do. He makes that much of a difference for what they do night in, night out. You know, whether you got,
Aquaman,
good Russ or retarded Russ, is, however you want to go with it.
Hilarious.
Aquaman.
Hey man,
perfect.
That's exactly who he looked like. He looked just like dude, man. But man, we didn't talk about the half year of the season. We didn't talk about college. We didn't dip
Hold on,
down.
let me finish. Hey,
training.
Let me say something about Aquaman real quick.
Talk to me.
Averaging 16 and 10. I think I might have a valid point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had him on my fantasy team last year. I benefited heavily off of it. I ate hearty with Steven Adams.
I looked at him.
Bad, Trav. I just had to look him up real quick.
You good. You good. You did exactly what you're supposed to do.
I thought he turned the corner that year in the Western Conference Finals. In
2016.
Yeah, in 16 with Golden State. I thought he completely turned. He elevated them from the 2 in the possible. We at least gave him 3 quarters.
The man was hitting free throws.
He won game 1 at the line. He went 6 for 6 at the line. In the final minute or whatever in game 1 was when Kurt tested his pepper. He stepped up there and knocked down all 6 up. So, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, his defense was impact. His rebounds was impact. He was playing high IQ ball for what he was doing. And when they got in game 3 and game 4, when they just dogged Golden State, he was a large reason why, because he was distorting everything that they had going in regards to like Draymond, where Draymond got to, he got to go with the Ric Flair style low blow. And almost got himself suspended, but he just kept growing from there. But you look at it, it's almost like you said, like he kind of like Deadlift Shrimp. It's kind of like how Cantor was, who they also misuse. Just because, when we look at Cantor now, he ready to fight Giannis in New York. He putting up 15, 20, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. Cantor hooper.
Hey, man, I'll tell you like this. Cantor, the man can play.
Yeah,
he can flat out play basketball. It's just
we needed him 2011, man. We needed him in 2011.
I will not talk about that. Lester, me and you, we're not going to talk about
Double A, man, they hated on us, brother.
But he got that international crazy. You know how when we look at like, man, people international, them folks crazy. He one of them type of folks, man. I'm talking about he's not scared of you. He's going to let you know what's good. Just ask LeBron. He done LeBron the same way. Walked up on him, put his nose on his nose, chest to chest, whatever, call him weak and everything. He ain't gonna back down.
And then he looked like Lurch on top of that too.
He at war with his whole country. He at war with Turkey. His whole country.
Yeah, they don't want him back.
They don't want him. He stay capping with his country. With
they took his passport or something.
Yeah, they took his passport away.
They took his passport. They was ready to put him in sauna.
Because what happened was he went there. He went back home, and he's supposed to come back to the States to play professional ball. But they was trying to hold his passport for him not to come back. So when he came back here, that's when he started talking crazy about them. And they were like, man, the hell with you. You want to go there and be there? You stay there. Yeah. We don't want you here no more.
So
one less citizen to worry about.
Wait, you think he's scared of LeBron James?
I'm just trying to get the bag.
He got to worry about bombs and shit. What the hell a human being can do to him worse than a bomb?
He just wants the bag, Chief. That's all. He just wants the bag, so and the hoop. He want to put up about 15, 20 or whatever, get the bag, go to the club. He in New York too? Oh, yeah. Can't tell dude nothing.
Hey, man, real quick, while we on there, quick change of plans, man. Shout out to my people who have been commenting through the live and staying with us for this hour, man. James Penn, Artemis, man, especially for sharing everything on Facebook, man. Salute to you. Crazy Wolf, who called me Fresh Montana, man. I've heard it too many times. That's just with it. You know what I mean? My boy Tyrell, man. You know what I'm saying? Blackstock chimed in, gave some game. Atomic Dog, I don't know who you are, but salute to all y'all.
Atomic Dog, that's my guy. That's my guy. I'm gonna have him on real soon. I'm gonna have him on real soon.
Now, I got to salute to them, man, because y'all could be anywhere in the world this New Year's Eve. Y'all could be getting drunk right now if you were alcoholic, but you chose to be with us. So we salute that. And guess what I'm going to do for that? I'm going to take a swing. So, yeah.
Hey, man. Again.
I made that last one, by the way. I made that last one.
Hey, I believe you. We didn't talk about this first half of the season. We're gonna get on a little bit again later on. We got to talk some All-Star talks and All-Star snubs. We're gonna talk about that later on.
I don't even know.
But yeah, we didn't talk about everything that we could, man. But 2018 as a whole was wild, especially for us at 94 Feet of Life. It's just wild. But overall, we made it. This is where the majority of our lives are going to be on. So be on the lookout for our links. Check us out. Again, 94 Feet of Life.
Subscribe,
everywhere. 94 Feet of Life. Instagram. 94 FOL Hoops. That's Twitter. We're going to be everywhere. We're going to have some more Anchor stuff coming out too. So be on the lookout for that also, man. We here, just like the ball, you kids, man. We smacking the flow. We work. Hey, we gonna be on here, man. So closing thoughts, man. I'm shooting it over to Ham, man. Closing thoughts.
I wish I had the T-shirt already here, but I got to pick it up tomorrow. But my next one is just that one originally, of course. Just I had to coin it, and then my next one gonna be pretty much like that in black with the white letters. Get in the lab, chief. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. Get in the lab. Watch you some film. Stop watching First Take. I don't care what Shannon Sharp got to say about no hooping. If you want to talk about the wild card games, whatever, I can rap with Shannon on that. But
Man, he can't
Shannon,
talk no ball. Be man.
leave this hoop stuff to us. You know, and this is not your lane, chief. You know, so you on skip, both of y'all. Yeah, get y'all money. I ain't hating on that or whatever, but do your work, man. You know what I'm saying? Watch your own stuff. We don't care about that other stuff, man. Them narratives and all that other stuff. MJ Mondays and we don't care nothing about that, man. It's 94 feet of life over here with us, dog. That's what we do. We're here, what, 4 or 5 of this? Basketball for the people, by the people, man. You know, so it's what it is, Chief. Swing this on up to the other lefty, and then we'll let Worldwide close it down.
Yeah, man. Real simple, man. Just rock with us, man. On all social media platforms, man. Keep supporting us, man. We appreciate y'all for supporting the endorsements that we have. Ball Academy sponsor. Shouts out to them. Support it. Go buy the damn cookies, Ham's cookies. You know what I mean? If you could, check the website of College of Southern Idaho, CSI. They're doing some incredible things over there. Sister Coach Worldwide Less. Don't tell you what's best later. You know what I mean? We also messing with the boy Trav, probably the most versatile wing in the media industry today. I'll put money up on him. He can adjust to anybody, anywhere, anytime. Also, shouts out to my boy Big Shot Ryan, who probably the best point guard in media today. So they got to, put all of them out there. And also, for the ones who sharing it, man, like I said, it's not going unnoticed, man. Artemis, we salute you, man. We love the fight threads, man. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Y'all check out Petty Sports Network. Y'all check out FC Stoppage. We talk about soccer. Bro, we talk about soccer. We talk about all of this, dude. Where are you? We everywhere. When I tell you we everywhere, we everywhere. So with all of that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and swing it to World Less. But, man, like I said, we salute y'all support. Let's keep grinding, though.
Yo, just want to give shout out Trav, Jay, Myron, man, appreciate y'all. Ron, I know if he could be here, he would have been here. And it ain't nothing like it when he here because Ron, like I said, he best intro man in the game.
The best.
I didn't get a chance. I had some other things, but we're gonna save it for the new year. But I will say I didn't get a chance to recap my 2018 because Zero was brought up and I had to talk my talk. But 2018 in the year hoop for me was a great year. It was my first season as a college coach. We made it all the way to the national championship game. Lost that game by 3 points. I felt we got better, got better at my craft. Was able to make some positive networking and been able to get involved in some things. Back another year, we closed the year off at 15-3. Getting ready to try to make another push at a national championship. Um, my kids are healthy. They're running around the house right now going crazy. Yesterday they were speaking in Spanish and sign language to each other. I just didn't even try to get into that conversation.
Learn the
I just
cuss
let
words,
them
though,
be.
Les. Learn the cuss words.
You know what?
Just
I'm
in
gonna
case.
have to let them be. I have to let them be. But so everything's good. Man, I just want to give shouts out to a big RIP to Ham's pops, Ron's pops, man. They left y'all too with some great knowledge. Y'all some stand up dudes, man. Everybody else that we lost in 2018, man, much love. I love being on this platform when I get a chance to. Like minded guys that's all about positivity and trying to get things going. Like I said, man, we're gonna keep this thing rocking. I'm here along for the ride. I'm gonna try to get back. Try to get back to try to drop some ball of the night videos. It's been crazy. I've been in the lab, but I ain't been in that NBA lab. I've been in that lab for myself. But I may drop some stuff for some coaches. I know we got some coaches. basketball enthusiasts, some maybe some sets to get you guys a set, a late game set, a after timeout set. So I'm in the lab. I see so much. So I'm always willing to give out smoke when it's needed. I didn't give out as much smoke as I wanted to because we had a lot to cover. But 2019, man, more blessings, more greetings, more love, and definitely more smoke. I'm out.
Hey, man, my closing thoughts is this, man. It's a 4-letter word and everybody got to go upon, man. It's love, man. Love each and every one of us, man. Love our group. Love everything that you do, man. If you ain't got the love and the things that you're going to do in life, don't even worry about trying to do it, man. And again, this is the group, 94 Feet of Life. Subscribe. This is where it's coming from now. So, for my guy, Jay Ham, Worldwide, MJ, my guy Big Shot gonna be on here very soon. Don't worry about it. He coming. He's coming. He's coming. Lester, we gonna have more. We gonna have a session. Ain't nothing but smoke. It's gonna be so smoky. They ain't gonna want to come off in here.
I'm definitely coming for the smoke part.
So yes, it's gonna be a smoke party.
No 420.
It's gonna be a smoke party. Believe that. We gonna get everything. When you get time, let me know. I'm gonna set up the session, and it is what it is, man.
Puff, pass.
Oh, they have no clue what me and they don't even understand what me and Les cook up on a daily basis. Just in terms of smoke, like what?
Everything's gonna be.
Know it's certain things I can't say. Y'all know that.
I already know, but just
I say
it's coming. It's coming. Just they need to understand, man. When it's coming, it's coming. It's coming. I promise you. But again, 94 Feet of Life, New Year's wrap up, man. Happy New Year's to you all, man. I hope y'all accomplish y'all New Year resolutions that y'all put up, everything. So on that note, man, 94 Feet of Life, basketball for the people, by the people. Holla at y'all, man.